Welcome to Chocolate Series episode 5. A friend of the channel's in the US, he makes chocolate bars and asked a question, I think it might have been earlier this year or even last year, how does 100% chocolate work in ice cream? And that is what we're gonna look at today. This is a very old Italian 100% chocolate or cocoa mass gelato. It's solid as a rock, it's just come out of the freezer, so I'm going to film all the other bits and hopefully it's defrosted by the time we get round to it. So 100% chocolate. This is the one I've used. Willie's Cacao is based in Devon in England. He did a really interesting TV series years ago. I lived in Devon at the time and went down to see him, but he was bloody closed, would you believe it? So they produce chocolate for use in cooking, not just sweet foods, but obviously 100% chocolate can be used in savoury foods as well, as the cacao boosts the flavours of other things in your recipes. And they liked to talk about that on that programme. I'll try and find a link somewhere and put something, or maybe even to the website. It's really good quality stuff, but it's not often used now because it's really bitter if you eat it like it is. It's not designed to be eaten like this. You wouldn't pick up a 100% bar of chocolate or cacao and just bite into it. It would taste horrible. But when you look online, there is some evidence that 100% chocolate was used in various recipes. Now, I had a look at this one here, which was a classic Italian cocoa mass gelato. So I thought it'd be quite interesting to make this one as part of the chocolate series and see how it turns out. It's still just, softening up here. It's been out for a couple of minutes now. It's going to need probably at least another 5 minutes to soften up enough. So let's talk about how we make this gelato. So what I started to do, and forgot to film it, was to chop up the entire block of this 100% cacao. It's 180 grams worth. Then what you start with is, again, your milk, as always, in a pan, and you slowly heat that up whilst adding in your sugars to completely dissolve them. Then you're going to add in all of your 100% chocolate or cocoa mass, and then get it completely melted in that base and looking really nice and silky smooth like this. Get it to about 65 to 70 degrees centigrade when you're going to take it off the heat and then put it in a blender or a food processor. And at this stage, you're going to blitz it for 30 seconds to a minute to make sure that the ingredients are completely emulsified. Once that's done, take it out of your machine and put it in a container to completely chill down in the fridge. Once it's completely chilled down, if there's any solids residual left on the top of your covering, take that off. You don't want to lose those. And then one final stir before it goes in your machine. Churn away. Again, as normal, this took about 10 to 12 minutes in my machine. Might take longer, might take less for you. Once it's ready, you're going to load up your tub and put it in a freezer. And what you are left with is that. How hard is this stuff still? It is solid. So we're just going to leave it there for a few minutes more. And we're back. A couple of minutes more, actually, that's all it took, to be fair. Wasn't a huge amount of time. Something to remember about gelato is it's served at a warmer temperature than ice cream, so this is kind of expected, especially of a classic Italian recipe. Let's get some scooped up and see what it turned out like. There we go. Scooped quite nicely. It's got a really nice, rich colour. It's kind of colour-wise in between a chocolate sorbet and a chocolate American style ice cream. So just to confirm with those that might be interested, my God, my eyes, can't read that. Yeah, ingredients. Cacao. That's it. Cacao spelled with a K. and a C. Anyway, nothing else added. No sugars, no milk powders, no nothing. Milk chocolate is generally milk powders added to the chocolate as it's being produced rather than milk liquid, because that would make it seize. I'm quite interested to see what this tastes like, so let's dive in. Just paused it there so we could talk about the ice cream. It's really surprising. It surprised us both. It's got a great texture. This recipe has not been adjusted at all. This is an exact copy of the recipe that I found online. The link is below. This is what the website looks like. So we've made their ice cream here. Something to note is, if you think you're going to get something really horrible and bitter, you're wrong. It's really smooth. It lingers, which some gelato doesn't because it's lower fat, but this does, and I think it's probably because you're making it with this chocolate. It's still there, lingers on the back of your tongue, and you can still taste it now. So that's really nice. It's a nice smooth chocolate flavour. It's not bitter at all, actually, is it?
No, not at all.
No, so it's a smooth kind of chocolate base. I mean, me personally, I'd probably replace a little bit of the sugar with dextrose just to soften it up if you wanted to eat it straight from the tub. But if not, then just make this recipe exactly as it is. I would say choose a really good quality 100% cacao. Don't just buy any old crap without knowing and doing your research. Find one that is meant to be really, really good, has some reviews, because I think this is important. This is what you're tasting here. You're tasting the pure cocoa mass. It's just another term that a lot of people use, cocoa mass. Chocolate is often cocoa mass that has sugar and or milk added to it. So that's when it becomes chocolate. Before that point, when you're just dealing with the cacao, it's actually cocoa mass that you're using. So yeah, this has really surprised me. I'm shocked at how good this is. I'm shocked that it's not bitter, and I'm really impressed with the texture and overall this recipe is excellent. So I do recommend this one to those who want to have a go at something different in the world of chocolate ice cream. So hope you enjoyed this unique take on a luxury chocolate ice cream. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit us up on Ko-fi as well. I'll put the link below, and we'll see you next time.